Recorded at Drake Media Studios in New York. Welcome to Conversations with Verdel Jones. Empowering your passion with purpose. This is the show where we bring you inspiring stories, practical advice, and actionable insights to help you turn your passion into a reality. Each episode, we sit down with incredible guests who share their journeys, their challenges, and their triumphs, so you can gain the tools and motivation to take the next step in your own journey. Whether you're looking to spark a new idea, find clarity on your path, or learn from life-changing success stories, you're in the right place. So grab a notebook, settle in, and get ready to be inspired. Let's turn passion into purpose together. Here's your host, Verdel Jones.
Today's episode is brought to you by Share, Inform, Enlighten, which empowers individuals and communities through diverse perspectives, literacy promotion, and essential resources. From thought-provoking discussions to life-changing workshops and scholarships, we inspire growth, creativity, and connection. Join us in making a difference, one story, one skill, one step at a time. To learn more, visit our website at shareinformenlighten.org. Welcome to Conversations with Verdel Jones. We are about empowering your passion with purpose, turning your passion into action, living with intention, and making an impact. I'm your host, Verdel Jones, and I'm thrilled you have joined us. Whether you're looking to hear inspiring stories, practical advice, and or actionable insights to help you turn your passion into reality, you are in the right place. So let's get started. All right, so I am so excited that we have a special guest with us today. We have Linda J. Williams with us. She has dedicated over 30 years of her life helping others. She is a certified etiquette consultant, certified book coach, author, speaker, and ministry leader. She holds a bachelor's of science in sociology and a master in arts in education. She shares her knowledge and wisdom with others to find their passion and purpose in life and write this story to share it with the world. And she also has a new book out, Success on Your Knees, a 7-month devotional for entrepreneurs. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you so much, Verdel.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm so excited to have you here. You were actually on Conversations with Verdel Jones years ago.
I was.
And that's when we kind of first met.
First connected,
Absolutely.
Yes.
So thank you for being here again.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about your book. We're going to talk about some other things, but you know, we talk about passion here and what our passion is. Mm-hmm. And your passion for helping others is really rooted in faith.
It really is.
Right?
It really is.
How does that show up in all your endeavors?
I think, it started because I started serving in my church, doing the announcements. Yeah. And although I was nervous about doing it, I said I was going to go ahead and do it, and I did, and one thing led to another, and then I've had various ministry positions, and it just helped me to understand that I enjoy serving, I enjoy helping people, I enjoy seeing people succeed. And then that kind of trickled over into my becoming a certified etiquette consultant and teaching young people about the importance of appropriate manners and behavior. And from that, my book came about. It's just one thing just kind of led to another. And they are all part of my passion. My passion and I believe my calling as well.
Right. Yeah. I love that. And I remember when I first met you, and I think we were focusing on your book, the etiquette book.
That's right.
And I was very worried that I wasn't going to have the proper etiquette. And you probably get that all the time.
I do. I do. Even when, like, I go out to dinner with people
Right.
and they're like, look, I may not be using the right fork. And listen, my line is always, I'm not working right now.
Right.
So enjoy yourself, relax.
Have fun.
I'm not
Put your
teaching.
elbows on the table, smack your food,
Exactly.
whatever.
It's okay. I'm going to ignore it.
You're also the founder, so you have your own business of etiquette and writing consultancy.
Correct.
How did you begin the journey to being an entrepreneur?
It was almost kind of a backwards thing for me, which is, I think, why I have such a passion for trying to help people get it right from the beginning, because I became an etiquette consultant, I became certified, and the certification that I obtained was really comprehensive because they told you about the business end as well. And that was great. But then when I wrote my first book, I didn't really realize that there was a business component that went with that. Because, you know, you have to, and I mean, I don't care if it's self-published or if it's a traditional book, you have to be responsible for managing your finances, checking royalties, checking your expenses, all those things that you don't really think about. You think I'm just going to write a book and that's great, but there's a whole lot more to it than that.
Absolutely.
So over time, I learned the business end, and then I started to share that with people as well. But even the book coaching, you know, that's another component, and they all have little different areas of expertise, different areas of business that have to be attended to.
Right,
So,
absolutely. That's the tricky part, and I think that comes into play with a lot of individuals. They want to write a book or they want to provide a service, and they're really good at that thing, but it's that business side of it that gets people kind of caught up.
It's true.
Yeah.
And if you're selling a product, then you have more of a business mindset. But when you're consulting or you're writing or things like that, you really don't think about the business end. And I actually have started to do workshops on 10 steps, 10 easy steps to becoming an authorpreneur, so that I can help authors understand the steps
What that's about.
to the business end of it.
Right,
Yes.
it's important, and I love that you said, when you have a tangible item, it's so much easier, I think, than something like a service or a consultancy or something, you know, of that nature. So it really is important to get to know what that is. So let's get into your book. Your book is called Success on Your Knees, a 7-month devotional for entrepreneurs. It's a spiritual devotion for business owners. And so you mentioned that when you started, just as you were saying, that you had all the pieces in place. You did your research. You did all of that. I got this. I got this.
Yes.
But there was a little piece missing, and that was kind of what the impetus to writing the book was about.
Right.
So share a little bit about how this book came to be. And you mentioned some of the things, but why it was so important to actually put pen to paper and share with people what they need to do.
Okay. So the book kind of wrote itself. And up to this point, I'd been writing etiquette books, which is where my expertise was. In July of 2021, I was asked to take over the business ministry at my church as leader. And I was like, you know, I've had a business, but it's not like I make millions of dollars, but I love what I do. I feel like it's a ministry. And when I was approached, that was kind of how they approached me. And so I said, okay, let me think about it, pray about it. And I came back and I said, okay, I'll do it. So I started meeting with these people on a bi-monthly basis. Most of them were startups trying to start their own business. But it was hard for them, because when you're a Christian entrepreneur, it's different. You're not just in business to make money. And that's what I think is the hardest thing for us to understand. It's a ministry. Sometimes you're going to make money. Sometimes you're going to provide that service, and you're going to provide it as a complimentary service. And you have to know when to do that. So I said to them, I said, how about I send you a scripture every day with just a little commentary to try and help you. I didn't realize how hard that was. It was a lot of work. But I started doing it. And I did it for about 9 months. And then there was a reorganization at church. They kind of paused the business ministry and it stopped. And I'm like, okay. And in the meantime, I was led, because I was doing these by text, I was led to copy and paste them into a Word document.
Oh, wow.
So when the ministry
really did by
stopped,
itself.
I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And it was like the Lord said, this is your next book.
Right. It was laid out for you.
It was.
Wow.
I mean, I had to make a lot of changes, but that's how it started.
Wow.
And then when the book was published, and I came up with the title of the 7 Month Devotional for Entrepreneurs, some of my friends, I was working part-time at the time, some of my coworkers wanted to buy the book. I'm like, okay, so I told them how. And they're like, I'm not in business, but this book is really helping me.
Huh.
So that's when I realized it's not just for entrepreneurs. It's for anyone who wants to be successful in life and has found that it's not really working for them and they need a different way. This is a spiritual way.
I love that.
And it helped me while I was doing it.
Right, right.
As well as helping other people. So yeah, it has done really well, and I'm just very humbled by it. I really am, because it's one thing to write an etiquette book, but when you say you're writing a book of devotionals, that's a whole different thing. Yeah.
So it's been getting rave reviews, so congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
People are saying that your book, Success on Your Knees, is inspirational, and it helps them to remove the emotional and spiritual blocks that's been holding them back.
Right.
So how does the book, it's 7 months. Why 7 months? Okay. And how does the book help them along the way in those 7 months?
Okay, so again, that was my question too when I was told it's 7 months, because I had like 9 or 10 months worth of. Well, 7 months is biblically the number of completion.
Makes sense.
So it made sense to me too. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
And you can start this book at any time. You don't have to wait until January and go through the 6. You can start it at any time. There are 4 different sections. The sections start with the beginning, and each scripture every day, like I believe the first commentary in scripture is about looking in the mirror and seeing yourself for who you really are. And again, there's a scripture that goes with that, and then a commentary. And then I believe the second day or the third day talks about planning, how you have to plan your business, how you have to have a vision for your business, how I'm a very big proponent of vision boards. And it helps you. It helps you to keep track. So each section is about a different area in this journey for the 6 months. And then the last section is about your new beginning.
Okay.
But again, it's daily devotionals. They're not long. And then there's a place for you to write.
Okay.
Because I always say at the end of the devotional, what did you learn from this devotional today? And then you can just write down your thoughts. Or if there's no thoughts, it's fine.
Right.
It's yours. So you do whatever you want with it to help you to get through it.
It's real, like you said, people that are not in business can also benefit from your book as well.
And also people who are not necessarily Christians or spiritual can also benefit from the book. I mean, there are scriptures in there, so you have to at least have that commitment.
Right.
But, you don't have to be like a devout religious person in order to get a benefit from this book. Yes.
Right. So you also, and you mentioned just a little bit ago that you co-facilitated a workshop, and you said it was for an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the workshop that you did, and if you will be continuing to do those types of things to help people become entrepreneurs.
Okay, thank you for that. So the workshop is actually co-facilitated with myself and my publisher. And so it's 10 easy steps, but we thought we didn't just want to talk about the business, because these are writers. These are either authors or potential authors. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the writing process. How do you start the book? How do you come up with an outline? Do you do an outline? What do you do? We talk about that. Then we talk about the editing process. Then we get into the publishing, the marketing, it is. It's a lot. And then we talk about your brand. You need to have a brand. You need to have supporters of an attorney, legal advice, an accountant, perhaps a book coach to help you through it. And so it comes out to be, it's 10 steps. And some steps are easy, some are not so easy.
Right.
But yes, and yes, we do plan to do more of them. The workshops are about an hour and a half.
Okay.
We have been approaching libraries thus far, but even other organizations or churches that want to do like a little, sometimes we could even do a little bit of a writing workshop, and then have along with that the instruction on the authorpreneur part of it. Because there's a lot to writing a book,
Absolutely.
So many people that I have coached and they say, I want to write a book. And when they find out what's involved, they're like,
maybe
I'm
not.
not sure if I want to do that.
I'll just keep writing in my journal.
Exactly. And journaling is another good way as well. So yeah, it's true. It's a lot involved.
It is a lot involved.
But again, if it's your passion,
yes,
you really have a story that you want to tell. You really have a novel that you want to put out there. You're a poet, and you want to put if it's your passion, you'll work through it.
Exactly.
You will.
Linda, it has been such a pleasure sitting down with you.
Here.
Thank you so much for being a guest. And please let people know, you can look in that camera there, where they can reach you and if they want to know more information about what you're doing.
Okay, so my website is etiquetteandwritingconsultancy.com, or you can email me at etiquetteexperts7@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook. Linda J. Williams Etiquette. I'm on Instagram at Connect to Courtesy. And I think that's it.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Conversations with Verdel Jones, empowering your passion with purpose. I hope today's conversation left you inspired, informed, and ready to take action toward your goals. If today's episode sparked something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, pass it on, and keep the cycle of learning and giving alive. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media to stay connected and never miss an episode. And remember, in the words of Maya Angelou, when you learn, teach, and when you get, give. Until next time, stay inspired, stay purposeful, and keep turning your passion into reality. See you next time.
Thank you for joining us on Welcome to Conversations with Verdel Jones. We hope you found today's discussion insightful and inspiring. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform and leave us a review. It helps others discover the show.